Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America on YouTube, and Trump attorney Alina Habba has just delivered some devastating news for Jack Smith, the special counsel who's prosecuting Trump in Washington, D.C. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. So Habba was talking to Larry Kudlow on Fox News, Kudlow's weekend show, when the subject of the Supreme Court came up. Now, Jack Smith, as you know, has gone to the Supreme Court to check on, Trump's claims of presidential immunity. But why did he do it? Let's take a look.
Prosecutor Jack Smith understands double jeopardy, or for that matter, anything to do with the U.S. Constitution. Joining us now, Donald Trump attorney Alina Habba. Alina, thank you for coming back on. So, this guy Smith, so now, everyone knows what the agenda is. In order to short circuit this, keep former President Trump either in a courtroom or worse, in jail. But, number one, he is trying to avoid the federal district court and go straight to the Supreme Court with his case. I want to get your take on that first up.
So what you have to argue there is that there is some sort of real sense of urgency. There is an urgency where we have to now bypass the appellate division. We can't go through the normal course of process in the court system. And let's just go right up to the Supreme Court, Larry. The only urgency that I can see is that there is an election in November 2024, and they can't beat him. So for Jack Smith to be putting his play-by-play on display in such clear, unequivocal manner, I mean, everyone can see what it is. It is election interference at its finest. They can't beat him in the ballots, so they're going to have to either, lie, cheat, steal, or the newest is lawfare. Put him in jail, tie him up, and you have to remember, in these criminal trials, he has to sit there. He has to be there every single day.
That's a key case. That's what they're really trying to do.
100%.
They don't want him out campaigning, because the more he campaigns, probably the better he's going to do. Right. So they want to keep holed up in a courtroom.
Right. It's actually playing against them. He's getting a lot of voters that he normally wouldn't get because they're seeing this, and he is the victim all of a sudden. They've made him a victim of complete and utter election interference and lawfare. It's un-American.
The Supreme Court asked you or asked the Trump legal team for a quick response on this. I was surprised at that.
Yeah, I think that, you can read that both ways. It cuts both ways. You could either interpret it as they want a quick response because it's a non-issue and they're not going to take it up, or they want a quick response because this needs to be shut down because there are so many other cases where they're trying to do this.
Right.
I don't know what's going on in their minds, but I do have faith in the Supreme Court. I think that those justices are really take their office seriously, and we've seen that time and time again with them, especially recently.
The Constitution makes it pretty clear that you cannot have double jeopardy. So the president had been tried once and was not convicted, okay? He was acquitted. Now they want to go through the whole process again. I'm not sure people understand the double jeopardy argument, which most people think is very clear in the Constitution.
Right. No two bites of the apple. That's
right.
What it is in plain English. No two bites of the apple. You can't go after somebody once, lose, and then try again and modify it. In this terms, what they're going to do is modify it and say, okay, we went after you, we couldn't get you on the facts, so now we're going to call it obstruction of justice. Well, it's still the same facts, still the same set of facts that you got him on, and you tried to say that you could get him on, but you failed. And then they just modify it, put it in a different court, put it in front of a judge, in D.C., or that we think has shown us incredible bipartisan decisions. She's had people on J6 cases that are still sitting there waiting for trial. She has the hardest line when it comes to decisions. And this is all by design. Again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it's all by design. They don't care about due process. They don't care about the election. They don't care about the Constitution. This is the problem that we're having. And they really need to put their robes and the law in front of their politics.
And the other thing that's interesting, the Supremes are going to take up the January 6th issue with respect to what's sometimes referred to as the Enron decision. That is, you can't bust somebody unless it's very clear that they were fiddling with documents or otherwise stopping the pursuit of justice. Now, this would favor Mr. Trump, or could favor Mr. Trump, but this just happened, so I'm not sure people are aware of this either.
Yeah.
He wants to rush this trial. We know that. But this could be, like I said, and I've said it before, this could be what devastates him, because if Trump wins this, not only is this case dead, Georgia's most likely dead. And then you have a whole mess of things that fall into place for Trump before the election. Smith could be signing Trump's ticket back to the White House. I want to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments. Also, again, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out. I'm Carmine Sabia for Explain America on YouTube. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.